JTS International is a family-run business, and it was formed in 1991. And we have, in fact, developed new product development and a lot of things, built up a brilliant reputation in the lighting industry and, of course, the outside electrical industry. So much so that we are now finding people specifying our products, which is quite nice and satisfying from the chairman and managing director and owner of the business. From the start, we have got to be very focused. We have a great team, which I've built over the years, building on my son Nicholas, who's been in the business since he was about 5. We have my son-in-law in the business that's forming a great team, and we brought in professional people, like we've got a fantastic QA manager, quality manager, fantastic financial director, and all the team under these guys. Built up a smashing strong team that can compete with anybody in the industry. And so much so that everybody's focused and they feel they've got a role to play, unlike some of the multinationals, we often looking over the shoulder at things. But we are focused and we know the job and we know the industry very, very well. So the main thing about our success is that we know what we're doing. As a family-run business, you can't fall back on a major group if you're part of a big group, if you have a problem or anything. In a nutshell, the buck stops here in a family business. The other thing, the good thing about a family business is that you have the work flexibility in there. When you have meetings with some of the major national retailers and you're sat talking to these people, we can make a decision. Myself, Nicholas and other people. We'd have to go back through kind of an area manager, regional manager, and in parts of the industry, you've got to go back to outside Europe sometimes to get the decision. By that time, the opportunity is gone. And this is one of the secrets of our business, is decision-making quickly. We are precise, and we know the business very, very well. And a lot of the modern buyers and traders are very, very clever people, usually graduates, so they want instant decision, as we are with these IT systems now, instantly, not waiting months for a decision. And that's one of the main pros and cons of our success. Our philosophy is that we have built this business knowing the industry, knowing the products and being flexible, as I just alluded to new products and new innovations. Dealing with major retailers, a lot of our competitors work for the retailers. We, in fact, work with the retailers. We develop strategies, we develop ranges together, and their philosophy is working. And we have year-on-year growth, profit year-on-year, which is enviable to any of our major national competitors. Well, before I start to put my hand on my heart and speak politics, I voted to stay in EU, personally. And the fact of the matter, I couldn't see any earthly reason why we should come out of Europe. We've been Europeans for 44, 45 years, and there's no reason, at the risk of repeating myself, no reason at all, commercially or otherwise, to come out of Europe. Now that we are coming out, we're not quite out yet. We have obviously been proactive. We are making our presence felt in and around Europe, and we're laying plans down already for what the movements are likely to be. We do, as you say, we're supplying to Eastern Europe and Western Europe, and we have expanded recently into Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, and Spain with 1 or 2 of our new products. Which means that we're certainly geared up now to cope with any Brexit problems. But I'm hoping that common sense will prevail and there'll be some sort of trading agreements between ourselves in Europe when all this happens. And I can't see any of the major German or French exporters cutting their nose off to spite their face sort of thing when they've got a lot of exports coming to the UK. We are working on our own philosophy that we are ready for anything that Brexit might throw at us. JTS International, we're members of the Lighting Industry Association, the LIA. We are very close, obviously, to the LIA, and they are a great source of information from the technical side of the business and also commercial, and we are interfacing with Lighting Europe on a daily basis. So we have access, if you like, through our own trade association for any changes that's likely to come at us. And let's hope they don't come at us too quickly. But we are aware of that, and we have this source of information within our own association. And I would suggest that in any industry, any company should be part of an association of their trade or industry, and that information can be forthcoming, which helps individual companies, especially a family business like ours. So we do rely on the LA quite a lot. Our policy is this. I did mention earlier we've got a fantastic QA manager and his team. Our policy that we will not deal with any factory unless they are audited by ourselves, independent audits, technical audits and ethical audits. We do that ourselves. The other thing, of course, that we write our own specification for certain products we import. Every product that comes into the UK must be accompanied by a QA certificate from the factory, from an independent laboratory. We in turn bring them into our own laboratories in West Yorkshire, and we also test these products. So we are paranoid in our company about safety. Unlike a lot of people, and I've got to refer to online purchases, there are products being sent into these fulfillment houses. There's no VAT being charged, there's no quality assurance accompanying these products, and the consumers are at risk. Without saying too much, because I cannot name these fulfillment houses, otherwise I think my family business would be finished very quickly. However, this is a source. You asked me a simple question. We ourselves ensure that our products have the highest quality. How do you make sure they are value for money when you've got competition? Thankfully, not all our customers work on just price. We have good customers that embrace our philosophy that value for money, quality is the answer. Because everything is said, if you go purely on price, then you pay the price eventually yourself. And this is how we are trying to maintain our quality levels against some cheap imports. When I started my first business, Paul, I had nowhere to turn for information like you just asked about trade associations and so on. West Yorkshire Trading Standards was a blessing to me. They supported me, and in turn I supported them. We were given the opportunity to sponsor their lunches originally, the West Yorkshire lunch, which was quite famous. However, as we got further and further involved with trading standards, we realised the good work they were doing. And I believe that every industry and every company around should somehow, some way, support Trading Standards Institute, who are doing a marvellous job. Doing a marvellous job in spite of cutbacks, in spite of shortfalls in cash. They are still at the sharp end of the business, doing a first-class job. But I would preach the gospel to every industry and every company to get behind the trading standards. And I feel that it's not a duty, it's a pleasure, but it's also a responsibility to support trading standards nationally. But I would say that if they engage with the trading standards and speak to trading standards officers locally in their home authorities, they will find a nice surprise that there are some very helpful people. And I believe if you discuss matters, put matters on the table, and I have said, being a half Yorkshire and half Irishman, I've said, say it as it is, always. And I think if these companies approach the trading standards, put their cards on the table and use one word, help, I think you'll find that that barrier, if there is a barrier, could be broken down, and firms and businesses could get a lot of benefit by helping trading standards. But I can only sing the highest praises to what I know about the Trading Standards Institute. They've been good to my company, they've been good to me personally as far as information and assistance, and I would suggest that they can be only of the best possible advice they can give to anybody, and they're in a position to do that. And at the same time, I would say I've had the pleasure over many years of meeting some wonderful people, some gracious people, and hopefully, even though I'm getting a bit long in the tooth, I hope it goes on for many years.